My system is very slow today. Okay, fine. So this is the assignment we have done by reading the requirement, analyzing the requirement document, not by seeing the application, right? So how comfortable you are with this? Safdar, did you try it to do?
No, sir. I didn't get the time.
Okay. How about you, Nayana? How much comfort you were while writing this?
Yeah, I tried, sir. Starting, I felt difficult, sir, because
Hmm.
to read and analyze that, no, sir. I read
Okay.
for 4 5 times
Yeah.
and
Okay.
tried,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. That is what you need to do. 4 5 times reading is required, not only for this assignment purpose, even in real time also. Why? Because while reading in a flow, you may miss some key points because BA will not
Yes.
highlight in requirement also some key points. He will not highlight it. He will write
Oh,
as usual requirement only. So in the same simple words, you should figure it out which is important, which is not important. Okay. That
okay.
is you are supposed to do that. Okay, so the analysis is very, very important in testing while identifying the scenarios and writing the test cases. Okay, let's see now. Create, update. You covered everything in one itself. Oh, you gave three
No,
tabs.
sir. I have
Okay.
made 3 sheets, sir, in that only.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, fine. Okay, validate that system displays appropriate details in operator unavailability period page. Validate that user is able to create an availability period for an operator by providing valid information. Very good. Validate that user is not allowed to create an availability period for operator if mandatory details are not provided. Okay. Validate that system allows user to select one or more than one operators from operator catalog to create it. See, you are just selection point of view are telling this is okay, but it becomes very low level. But you can tell this one, validate that user is able to create an availability period for more than one operator at a time. You have covered here creating an availability period for an operator, one operator. But now you can test, validate that user is able to create multiple, unavailability period for more than one operator at a time. So now in
Okay.
this precondition for this scenario, if you are writing test case, what will be the precondition?
The catalog should be, so operator catalog should be there.
No, that will be there anyhow. That is developed and it will be there in the screen. You as a normal user also you can select multiple operators, but you are not allowed to save. Why? You
Okay.
need to have manager role.
Admission, yes.
Manager role should be there. Then only manager only can create an availability
Yes.
period for multiple operators, right? So
Yes, sir.
that
Yes,
precondition
sir.
you need to support.
Permission. Yes.
Yeah. So validate that user means user here is manager. You only can create, not like every operator. Again, negative scenario, validate that you allows create an availability period operator if availability is on same date and time. Okay, very good. But what is the other thing? Validate that operator is not allowed to create an availability period for other operators. Validate that an operator is not allowed to create an availability period for other operators because he is also operator. He is not a manager. He can create only for himself. So that also you need to check. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know whether you have covered it below.
No, sir. That I think I have not written, sir.
Okay. Validate that system shows calendar for date, time, format. See, this is all UI, right? You have already covered here. Validate the system displays appropriate details in create operator and availability period page. You will be validating these things, simple things, calendar open it, selection, that calendar widget will get open. For time also, time component will open. This and all you need not to write separately. Okay.
Yes.
Format and all you will be checking there only. Validate that system automatically checks a whole day. Checkbox and time specific start is not selected. No, it is like you need to, if you want to validate this one, you can check validate that system set the time from 00 to 23:59 on choosing whole day for whole day checkbox for from and to dates, unavailability from and to dates. So you are validating with these dates, right? So instead of telling that way also, you are, this is a expectation, right? You can write directly in the test case, very minor expectation. What you can tell, validate that user is able to create an availability period by choosing whole day option, by choosing whole day option. Then
Okay, sir.
how it is, then you write all these expectations in the test case. Okay.
Only one scenario is enough, sir, for
One
both.
scenario is, yes, one is enough.
Oh, okay,
Because whole day option from and to both you can click.
okay,
Validate that the system allows operator to create that the system allows user to create, the operator to create an availability period if start date is in past, present, future. Uh, okay. It is not like just start date only you are going to validate, right? End date also you can say, uh, like starting with past and future, and end date in either current or future dates, that you need to tell about end date also. What is the end date? And one more thing is validate that system does not allow user to create an availability period for past dates. Past dates means unavailability period closing with past dates, ending with past dates, you cannot create. So it is present or future, you can combine with this one. Okay. So
okay,
starting date is past, present or future date, and ending date is present or future with the combination starting with past and present, starting with the past, future, and present, 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 future, 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 present is not possible, future, future. Like that combinations you will test in one single test case by merging these two things. And then you will write only with the ending with past date, you are not allowed. Ending with system does not allow user to create an availability period for an operator if the end date is past date. That is the one you have already covered. Good. Validate that system allows user to create an availability period of an operator if ending date time is greater than starting date time. Very good. Validate the system does not allow user to create an availability period of operator if ending date time is. Oh, is allowed. It is. Okay. This one is required. This is not required because if you don't satisfy this rule, you cannot create here. Providing valid information. This case is covered already. So don't write the positive case for this.
okay,
Okay. Negative case is mandatory, required, not positive. Validate that system does not allow operator to create an availability period of unavailability periods are overlapped even on unavailability that are not confirmed. Even on, not like even on, overlap with existing unavailability periods of an operator, of the operator, even when it is not confirmed. Okay, existing unavailability period. You understood the scenario. It is overlapping with existing unavailability period which you have already created. Then you are not allowed to create it. Even though it is not confirmed unavailability, then also it should not allow you to create with overlapping periods. Okay, fine. With existing, you need to tell. Validate that the system shows drop-down box once the user starts to select type of unavailability. No, don't write. I told it is a, you have covered here. Don't write the drop-down field. You are able to select a type. You are able to see all the list of values in the type. That and all are very low level, and you covered it as part of the details of the page. Clear?
Okay, sir.
That system does not allow user to create an availability period of no if comments are not provided for the other unavailability type. Other very good. Validate that the confirm checkbox is default set for true. No, this is also covered as part of this. Don't write. Okay. Validate the checkbox can be set to false. This is also not required. You can write one scenario. Instead of highlighting checkbox, you can tell validate that user is able to create an unavailability period without confirming. Understand? Without confirming. That means checkbox need to be set to false. Validate that user is able to create an unavailability period without confirming. Otherwise, validate that user is able to create an unconfirmed unavailability period. Okay, that is what you need to check, not the checkbox can be selected, unselected. Okay. These two are not required. Validate the system allows the create if users PUID stands for your operator manager ID. No, this is we covered about top. One is validate that operator is able to create an availability for by providing valid information. And next one we discussed here, validate that operators manager is able to create an availability period for multiple operators at a time. We covered it already. Okay. And also I told another scenario, validate that operator is not able to create an availability period for other operators. All are covered for this one. Okay. No need to write. Validate that last updated by field is automatically set by default as a paper and when creating, and user is not allowed to modify it. This is very low level, which is covered here. When you are validating the create screen, by default in the create screen, it is already populated. You will not, that is grayed out and you will not allowed to change it, that you need to check in this details of the page itself. Okay. No need to write this low level scenario again. Validate that the system has option to save. Oh, no, don't try it. Save. Allows user to save. No. Reset the reset you can write. Validate that system clears the details provided by user and cancel the creation process once user click on cancel button. Okay, that you can write. Validate the system register availability period or save button fast. These are all like very low level. Means once you what you are validating here, able to create an availability period for an operator, you need to find save button, you need to click on save button, it should register that unavailability period successfully for this operator. Everything you need to validate, right? So no need to write separately again for those things here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Understood?
That we need to write in test case, sir. Scenario we
In this
only
test
one
case
is enough.
only. Yeah, in this test case, what is the expectation? Once you provide a valid information and click on save button, you are telling, then what and all you will
Yes.
validate. System should save the details what is entered by the user and should create a new unavailability period against that operator, and success message should be displayed once it is
Yes.
successfully created, and that created unavailability period must appear in the search results grid. That is what you will tell. All the expectation for the last step.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Coming to search, validate that the system displays appropriate details in operator availability period search screen. Operate other search screen you need to tell. This scenario and first in this scenario is becoming same, right? So you need to tell which page you are checking. It is earlier create page, now it is search page. Okay. That user is able to search an availability period with the date and time in the calendar. Okay, validate the default date and time in such. No, what is defaulted is already covered in this page, right? Default one page details when you are validating starting time, starting date time, it should be defaulted with current date time. And that and all you will be checking in this test case itself. Okay, no need to write separately. Validate that system displays unavailabilities of all operators by entering starting and end date time. Yes, if you search only with ending date time, starting date time, for all the operators, whatever unavailabilities are there, you can see them. Validate that the search button is disabled till both starting and ending date times are filled. Very good. Instead of telling search button is disabled, you can tell functionality point of view, validate that user is not allowed to trigger the search without providing the mandatory search criteria. These are the mandatory search criteria, right? You will write in the test case, what are those fields mandatory to provide search criteria before triggering the search. So you can tell, validate that system does not allow user to trigger the search without providing the mandatory search criteria. Understand?
Okay.
The operator is not allowed to search until that's what here I mentioned. Okay, don't write this one. This one you can write. Validate that user is able to search an availability period given operator for a specific period. Very good. Validate that user can search an availability period for an operator. That is what's precise period, no? This is duplicate. Validate that user can search an availability period for a given operator. That's what precise period. Without giving period, you cannot trigger the search, right? Because those two are mandatory. So you cannot try. So these two are duplicate. You can remove both. Validate that user can search an availability period for given operator over a defined. This is also duplicate. These three are all are same like this only, right? So these three are not
Okay.
required. Validate that system shows the search. Yeah, this is here. Search results below format. Don't write all this thing in the scenario. You need to tell validate the details displayed in the unavailability period search results, operator unavailability period search results grid. Then you will validate all the grid. Okay, what are the details, sorting, and pagination, filtering, everything you can check. Okay, validate that the system shows the results in sorted order, starting date time. That and all is covered in the search scenario. Okay, no need to write separately. Clear searching point of view.
Yes.
Update also, you need to write all the cases which you covered in create point of view, except validate that user is not allowed to change the operator. That you need to check once. Search for unavailability. Why again search? No, user is able to operate is not allowed to search until no. This is all search you have written in unavailability. Update also. Search is done here. Okay, update when you are writing, don't talk about search again. You're able to search. You're able to update the below in update. Yeah. Validate that user is able to update the existing unavailability period of an operator with valid information. That is the scenario. Don't write which can be updated, which cannot be updated. Which cannot be updated, you can write a separate scenario, but you can tell validate that user is able to update the existing unavailability period of an operator with valid information. What you will update, you will test in the test case. No need to write in this one. Validate that user is not allowed to update the operator field while updating the unavailability period. That is one thing which you are not allowed to update. And in the same way, validate that user is not allowed to save the unavailability period without providing the mandatory information. Means by removing the mandatory information, if you try to save, it will not allow you to save. Again, if you update the unavailability period, if it is overlapping with another unavailability period which is existing, it should not allow you to save overlapping functionality. Validate that user is not allowed to update the unavailability periods which are in past. Where is that? That is a direct scenario you are not written. If it is in past date, you cannot update it, right? So those and all need to be tested. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, these are the scenarios. Very good. Try means create scenarios are almost very nice. Search little bit correction. Update, you are not supposed to cover search cases. All the cases what you tested in create, you should test in update as well. Okay.
Sir, actually in requirement, they had mentioned that we have to repeat step 3 and 4, sir.
That means
So
what?
I,
Same action only, right? Step 3, repeat step 3, step 4 means you need to search one record, right click on the record and
so I
get
wrote
the
that
update.
search and also.
No. You should not. You search anyhow. these are all single place only you are going to keep the test cases. It's not like update will be kept in one folder, the search will be kept in one folder. No, all are kept under one requirement. So don't write the duplicate test cases.
Okay.
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 So this is about, I hope you got a good confidence. So I hope Sabdar, you are also able to do this one. If not, please practice and let me know if you have any concerns in identifying the scenarios. But you are going in a right direction, Naina, but little bit corrections are required in few places.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Don't go too low level and don't go too high level also. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so next is we need to see the tool. My login is not working today. We will not be able to see today. Tomorrow we will see the Jira tool, and then we will be discussing the what SQL concepts. Once the tool is over, I will show first how to write the test cases, how to execute the test cases, how to log the defects, and then we will close the topic and we will go to SQL concepts, very basic SQL concepts I will be teaching. So once it is done, we will be completing our course. Okay. So today my login is not working for Jira. I will rectify that issue. We'll connect tomorrow at the same time and we'll discuss Jira tool. Okay. Is that fine
Okay.
for both of you, Sabdar?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So thank you then. That's the pending topic from my end in manual. I will share today one more work to you. I will share one manual testing interview questions. Only interview questions will be there, no answers. Okay. So you follow those all questions and form the answers by. We discussed all the topics. Okay. I will show the questions also. All the topics we discussed, you need to prepare. I will ask some questions, maybe not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or at some time. We'll discuss these questions. Okay, let it load. Okay, anyhow, it's my system is very bad today. Okay, I'll share those questions. Okay, yeah, these are the questions. So what are the principles? What is steps and drivers? We discussed in integration testing. What is pilot testing, which I explained in the when I was testing beta testing related. What is bug leakage? What is latent bug? We discuss these things. Okay, so we'll discuss about these questions also. And once you prepare, I will ask, and if you are not able to answer, I will help you in forming the answers for some of them. But some are very straightforward questions. What is SDLC? What are the different phases? What is volume testing? What is integration testing? These are all very straightforward. Static and dynamic difference, smoke and sanity difference, walkthrough review inspection, that is in static. Everything we discuss, error seeding. Okay, so this and all we'll discuss again. Please prepare yourself. You can even search in internet also, and I try to understand and form your answers. I'm guaranteeing that you will not get any manual testing theoretical questions beyond this. Only beyond this, what you will be getting, that is, they may give some functionality and ask you to write what are the test design techniques you apply, and try to what are the different scenarios you will identify. Like that, they will ask. That question I cannot give here, because that depends on the situation, what topic they will give. Okay. Other than that, most of the questions will be covered here for manual testing. 95%. Okay. So please go through and form your answers. And then I will also share you resume templates today. Please check, and the project information and all, which if you are putting fake experience, you need to put some project also, right? Which project you are going to put with the help of your friends or somewhere. If you are putting which project, what are the modules, project knowledge, you should get it from if you are taking help of any consultancies to get the fake experience, even that consultant should help you in giving the project information. Okay. So check once and update your resumes also based on the templates which you like. I will share 3 templates for experience and 1 template for fresher. So based on your, if you are putting fake experience, based on that, you choose 1 template and update the project information and company information and your education details. Remaining all points you can keep. If you feel any point which I mentioned is not confident to you, you can remove that for prepare the resumes. I will discuss that topic again tomorrow or day after. Resume topic. Okay. So please go through these questions and be prepared. That's it for today. Tomorrow we will discuss that Jira tool. By the time I will resolve my login issue, and then we will discuss on the tool. If not, I will also share by the time you join this preparation, interview question preparation, you can do day after day tomorrow also. But today I will share one recording related to the Jira tool. Please go through that, which is I have explained to previous batch about how to create the Jira account, and also how BAs will create requirement, how the Scrum Master will create the sprint board, how the planning will be done from backlog to sprint board, removing the items, and how you write test cases, execution defects. All those I have explained in that video. You can go through that one. By the time and I'm showing, it will be understandable easily. Okay. I'll share that to your mail ID. Please go through. Okay, that is 1 hour of session. Please complete it so that it will be helpful. Any questions before I close? No? Okay. Thank you. Then please join tomorrow at the same time. We will discuss about Jira tool. Okay, thank you. And please go through
Thank
that recording also, Jira tool recording, which I'm giving, sharing in some time.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.